Good evening, Engineer Mittal. So I'm going to discuss the 7 topics that I made. So first is the simple stress. So a circular bar is commonly saw in construction and it is used as the support of floor, especially as the edge and corner. If the diameter of the circular rod is 20 cm and its allowable stress is 0.40 kPa, calculate the maximum force that can be applied to it. So in stress is equals to force over A. So force is equals to stress times A. So ayun po yung hinahanap. So ang stress ay merong 0.40 kPa is equals to 0.40 kN over M squared. So madalas sa stress ay ginagamit ang diameter. So may formula tayo sa area na equals pi over 4d squared. So substitute lang. Pi over 4 is times 20 centimeter times 1 meter over 100 centimeter squared is equals to 0.03 m squared. So force is equals to 0.40 kn m squared times 0.03 m squared is equals to 0.013 kn or 12.57 n. Second is strain. So a bar is having a transversion area of 400 mm squared in a length of 200 mm. Suspended horizontally from one end, and it supports a load of 30 kN at the lower end. If the unit mass of steel is 7,850 kg m cube and E is equals to 300 times 30 cube mn over m squared, find the total extent of the rod. So in elongation, the formula will be elongation 1 plus elongation 2. So given ang area natin is equals to 400 m squared, then yung E is equals to 300,000 MPa. So in elongation 1, gamitin natin formula is PL over AE. So P is equals to W 7850 times 1 over 1000 cube times 9.81 times 400 times 200 times 1000 is equals to 6160.68 N. So length is 100 m, ayun yung kalahati nung bar. So times 1,000 is equals to 100,000 mm. So in elongation 1, PL over AE. So P is 6160.68 times 100,000 mm over 400 times 300,000 is equals to 5.05 mm. So same lang sa elongation 1, gamitin natin sa elongation 2, where P is equals to 30 kN is equals to 30,000 N. So A is equals to 400 M squared. So same lang sa elongation 1. So 300,000 times 200,000 over 400 times 300,000 is equals to 50 mm. So pag-a-add lang natin yung una at yung pangalawa. So 5.05 plus 50 is equals to 55.05 mm. So in thermal stress, a railway is mostly made of steel. The most reported train is caused by a train derailment. Derailment can cause by the little increase of the railway. If the railway has 2 km long and its normal temperature is 35 Celsius, what will its increase when it reaches a temperature of 80 C? Coefficient of linear expansion is 3.052 times 10 raised to 6 m over c. How much it increased? So the elongation of total is coefficient L times T2 minus T1. So given na yung so ito yung given 3.05 times 10 raised to negative 6 times 2000 m times 80 minus 35 is equals to 0.27 m. So in the terminate problem, an engineer has a task to design a round steel bar 3 m long with a cast iron coating. When it compresses, the steel and the cast iron will be subjected to a load of 35,000 N and 10,000 N. The elongation of the compressed material must not exceed to 1 mm. Design an appropriate diameter for the steel bar and the thickness of the cast iron is steel 200 GPa, cast iron is equals to 500 GPa. So, ang gamitin natin formula is elongation ng steel is equals to PL over AE. So, 35,000 N is equals to 3M. So, ang diameter, formula ng diameter is 1 over 4 pi d squared times 200 times 10 raised to 9. So, it will be 0.001 m. So, ang diameter is 0.026 or 25.85 mm, or basically it will be 26 mm. So, hanapin natin is the T-cast. So, 0.001 m is equals to 10,000 N times 3M all over 1 over 4 pi times 20 mm plus 2T squared minus 20 mm squared. So, times natin siya sa 100 times 10 raised to 9. So, makuha natin sagot ay 3.98 mm or 4 mm. So, in torsion naman, what must be the distance or length of a 6 mm the aluminum button so that it can be twisted through one complete revolution without exceeding a shear of 45 N over mm squared. So, take G is equals to 27 GPO. So, the given will be sa D is equals to 6 mm. So, yung angle natin sa buong twisted is equals to 360 or 6.283 rad. So, yung R natin is equals to 45 N over mm squared. So, ang G is equals to 37. So, the formula that we will be using is in T is pi over 16 RD cube. So, substitute lang natin siya. Then, we will get a 1908.5175 N mm squared. So, in J naman, pi over 32D raised to 4. Then, substitute lang ulit. Is equals to 127.234 mm squared. So, yung length naman, gagamitin natin is yung G and yung angle times the J. So, 27 times 10 raised to 3 times 6.283 yung angle natin times 12.723 all over T is equals to 1130.90 mm or 11.30 mm. Next is in the bending stress. A wood beam 5 m long is simply supported at both ends. It carries a uniform load of 12 kN over m, including its own weight. So the wooden section has a width of 200 mm and a depth of 260 mm and is made up of 80% grade apito. Use stress dimension by reducing its dimension by 10 mm. So this is the formula for m is equals to 10 times 5 squared all over 8 is equals to 35.25 kN dot m. Then FB is equals to 6m over BD squared. So, substitute lang ulit. C, 6 times 20 times 1,000 squared all over 200 times 260 squared is equals to 887 MPa. Next is a steel wire that has 5m long and 10 mm in diameter is used to hang a hanger with cloth. If the total weight of the cloths having in the steel wire is 200 N, how much length is elongated in the wire? Young's module of steel is 196,000 MPa. So elongation is equals to PL over A. So P is equals to 100 N, L is equals to 5M. So ang A natin is pi over 4, 10 times 1M over 1000 mm squared. So the answer would be 78.54 times 10 raised to negative 6. So yung E natin is equals to 196,000 or 196,000 mn all over m squared. So substitute lang ulit. Ang formula ng elongation is equals to 200n times 5m is equals all over 78.54 times 10 raised to negative 6 m squared times 196 times 10 raised to 9n all over m squared. So cancel is equals to 64.96 um. So that's all, Engineer Metal. Thank you.